What the fuck is going on, guys? We're back again. We got some fucking parts that came in. Yup. Gnx Build is coming very soon. Well, we already fucking started, but we're about to get started on this bitch real soon. Talking about today. So let's go over the parts that came in today. Let's go. Alright, so the first fucking shipment of parts came from GM1 Performance. We got brand new water pump, oil pickup tube, Walbro 525 E85 pump, front main gasket, and everything fuck else for the oil pump and everything. Fuel return and feed line kit. Couplers, which I did order the wrong size, I'm pretty sure. I hope not, but I'm pretty sure I did. And the big girl, the big front mount intercooler, which will get powder coated all black. And then this is the high pressure, high volume oil pump, not high pressure, or high pressure, you can call it whatever the fuck you want to. These are the gears. You can change them depending on how much flow you want, etc. So yeah, today we're probably going to be mocking up. I want to try to get the oil pan on today and probably pull some parts out of the shed. So we come over here. Big girl sitting all nice and stuff. And Jabay looking good. That be looking good, boy. But yeah, alright, so I don't know if I can open this one hand. We'll try. Yeah, alright, I can open it with one hand. So we gotta go into that shed and grab some parts out of it. So I'll see y'all in a second. Alright, so the lighting in here is trash. The bins I need are back there. So I gotta move all this. I should organize, but fuck that, I ain't doing that tonight. I just want to get them fucking parts out so we can start getting shit sorted and figure out what we gotta paint, what we don't gotta paint, what we gotta put on, what we don't gotta put on. And yeah, I want to get the manifolds out so I can probably get them painted tonight. I'll run over to O'Reilly's, get some paint, and get those painted up, get them looking good so that they can be thrown on the motor and mocked up. But yeah, let's get all this shit out of the way, and I'll talk to y'all in a few. Alright, so we got the bins out of here. Just to show y'all, that's a whole nother Grand National motor. Crank, pistons, rods, cam, everything's in there. Can't even move this fucker. Shit's way too heavy. These are my old pistons and rods, bearings. The rings, I think, are in there also. Yeah. Those are all things I actually need this for my house, so I'm gonna grab that. These babies we won't be using because we're going to solid bushings. Babies are shot. Like your mother. But yeah, so I got everything out there. You don't need that. Alright boys, so we got everything out. This one is full of front assembly things, all the baggies with all the hardware. Coolant reservoir. Whole bunch of shit that I probably don't even remember what the fuck it is like that. I couldn't tell you what that is. I really couldn't. I think that might be the wiper motor actually. That goes there. Valve covers, compressor, valley separator, or whatever the fuck it's called, plenum, exhaust manifolds, old intercooler piping. It was a methanol, which caused my motor to blow up. But yeah, so alternator, and then there we have our brand new fuel rails. The oil pan, which needs to be cleaned drastically. So we're going to spend about an hour cleaning that, making sure that's perfectly good. Crossover pipe, flex plate. All right, so I got everything spread out here. This is also a cowbell. I forgot what these are called, honestly. If I would tell you the name, I'd completely be lying. So I'm not going to do that. And I also forgot these manifolds are already coated in some type of heat protection, which is really good. So I'm not going to send these off to get done. So I'm probably just going to paint them black. Then for all this, we got a new one of this. So we're going to be taking off this. This is a adapter to put your oil filter under, hard location to explain, but it's over by like pasture side for easier access. That will be left alone. That will be left alone. That we're going to clean. Those we're going to do wrinkle black, and I'm going to paint the GN1 in orange. So we're going for like an orange black theme with this car as well as my ATSV because I want them to match. And this is the intake manifold. Fun fact, caught this car on fire just like almost all my cars in my garage. Put out, never got to clean the back of this. So we're going to fully go through this and fully clean this. And yeah, so I'm going to go to O'Reilly's, get some brake parts cleaner, and get to cleaning all this and painting. Today I haven't fully decided whether I want to do just painting things again or paint and assembly or clean, paint and assembly. I think I'm gonna start off with just cleaning things and then we'll go from there. If I have enough time to paint, then I'll paint. If we have enough time to assembly, then we'll assemble. But if not, then we'll leave it there. I also have to clean transmission. I might be going to a 6L80 transmission because I'm going with the Holley Terminator X. So that allows me to run a Chevy transmission. So I might be doing that because I know that transmission is going to blow up. And these Chevy transmissions are not expensive. And if I can just put a good transmission in it right now while I have everything out, I might as well do it. Save myself the headache of breaking down somewhere with a transmission. And yeah, save myself a toe feet. So yeah, I'll update y'all once I get back from O'Reilly's. See y'all then. All right, boys, so we got some wire wheels, a whole lot of paint, different varieties, wrinkle, primer for the exhaust, black for the exhaust, and then Hemi orange. I didn't want Hemi orange, but that's all they fucking had. And some 1/4 by 20 by half bolts for the oil pickup because the engine builder did not give me those back. Some Loctite for those because you don't want that in your oil pan. And some brake cleaner. So yeah, we're going to start with these first. So let me get these cleaned up and I'll show y'all once it's cleaned up. All right, just got done cleaning up the valve covers. They're all ready. Probably going to primer them first and then lay a coat black over them. First I'm prep them, cover all the holes, make sure that no paint gets on them so we have a good clamping surface. Yeah, and then we're going to tape up the GN1 because that's going to get painted orange. Or actually, I'm going to paint that orange first and then tape it and then paint it black. Yeah. So I got to remember to do that. Hopefully I do. All right, I'll see y'all once they're primered. All right, boys, so the primer is done. It's pretty good. Still drying up a little bit. Looks solid. All little wrinkles you see are just the actual casting. I got the oil pan over here. Trying to clean it. Still got some ways to go. Not fully happy with it. sorry about the flashing. We're at headlight. So letting that dry a little bit. I'm gonna hit it with another can of brake clean. But yeah, I'm gonna get the orange on here on the GN1 and then let that dry, tape it up. Yeah, it's still wet. But yeah, once it's fully dry, then I'm gonna hit it with some orange. That's really annoying, I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. So yeah, once that's fully dry, I'm gonna hit it with some orange, then let the orange dry, tape over the orange, and hit it with some black. Still early in the night, so let's get this rolling, boys. All right, little update, boys. Got the orange on. Sorry about the fucking flicker, but whatever. Orange is on. That's the second coat of orange. That I'm just letting dry. I just sanded all the surface rust off of this. Hit it with some brake cleaner. I'm about to get her painted up. This is a crossover pipe to connect one manifold to the other manifold. If you didn't know, now you know. But yeah, it's going good. And then that has to dry for at least an hour. Hopefully. Then I'll tape the GN1. Hopefully the paint stays on it. But if not, then I don't know, I'll probably just send it all black and then scrape it off and then paint it by hand orange, which I should have done, honestly. Would have saved me a lot of time. But we're already here. So yeah. See y'all in the next update. So DIY hack, if y'all don't have a piece of metal to hang anything, just grab yourself some electrical tape, double that hoe up, and center it through the hole. Or whatever. If it's a small hole, then just use a single strip, and you guys got a perfect hanger. These came out good. These came out really good. So next will be taping up the GM1 and then wrinkle black. That, I haven't touched it. Just put a coat of primer on this exhaust manifold. The crossover pipe, she's all painted. Came out good. So yeah, just letting this dry a little bit more. Probably in 30 minutes to an hour, I'll tape the GM1. Probably around 10 o'clock because I think it's like 9:30 right now. I'll tape the GM1. Hopefully it doesn't come off. If it does, like I said, I'll just paint it by hand. I'll scrape off the wrinkle black and I'll just paint it by hand. Little paintbrush. Little paint action. And as you can see, it's not the ideal weather for painting. It's a bit foggy out here in Florida. But we'll get her done. I could not be happier about how this is turning out. This bitch looks good. There's still some little pieces that I gotta touch up. Like right there, you can still see some primer. She is coming out good, boys. And of course, when I move the tape, there's still gonna be some primer spots underneath the tape, so I gotta hit those. She's coming out good. Proud of this one.
I scoot up and coupe, I'm gripping the tool. You better watch how you move. Stomp them out in some Versace shoes. All these diamonds make these bitches choose. They know I'm hotter than the summer June. I'm fly than a bitch on top of the moon. All of my niggas, they jumping in, whether if I win or whether if I lose. I turned a bicycle into a bean. I'm in a
Alright, first coat. Black is on the second manifold. You see a lot of the primer still, but remember, it's just the first coat. Don't want to go too heavy on it. Even though I went heavier than a fat bitch on a fucking pogo stick on that. These are drying up nice. I'm going to give it a little bit more till I tape it up. Then I'll show you guys the first manifold. Man, you can't ask for more from a motherfucking rattle can. And again, shout out to Lewis for giving me the goddamn confidence. Just fucking rattle can this whole bitch. Because I was going to send everything off to a pirate coater. One of my buddies that pirate coats. And I was going to send Grand National off to my buddy that does engine bays. But fuck that. We getting this shit done ourselves. So y'all should do it. Blicky. Alright, boys. So, manifold went perfect. We got a little drip drop. But that's alright. So this did not go as planned. Tape ripped that bitch right off. So I'm assuming just the surface just isn't mating well with the paint. So we're just going to wrinkle black this bitch and then take off the wrinkle black on the GN1 and paint it orange by hand. Alright, boys, I just finished up. I'm going to leave it off here. I'm going to go in the office and show y'all how everything came out so far. And tomorrow I'm going to come back, get everything else done, get it knocked down. Probably get to dressing up the mower tomorrow. Get the gear, the oil gear on and everything. Get all that situated. So let me show you how all this came out. Alright, we got the exhaust manifolds here. As you can tell, I got to touch up some spaces. That's where the tape was. So it was blocking it. So there's just a little bits of area I got to touch up tomorrow. Crossover pipe. Same thing on this. Right there, I got to touch up. So that has to be touched up. And then the valve covers. As you guys saw, the orange just came right off. So I'm going to let this dry for about like 2 days before I take off the black on the GN1. Or I might just leave it as a back coat. But yeah, the wrinkles coming out pretty good. Wrinkling up pretty well, if you ask me. So yeah, these are going to turn out fucking sick. And then turbo, I'm going to send off to my buddy Mike, HP X. I'm going to fuck up the name, so don't even worry about it. I'll put it in the description. But I'm going to send turbo off to him to get powder coated. I probably want to try to do this in orange. If he can't do it, then I'll do it by hand. But yeah, I want to get this black and I want to get this black. And the intercooler piping and the intercooler will get sent off to him to get coated black. And then, yeah, I found the injectors. These are 125s, independents. The fuel rail. So yeah, tomorrow, if everything goes to plan, take off the gasket also on the oil pan. That was a bitch. But if everything goes to plan, I'm going to start dressing up the motor and getting that all situated. And maybe if I have another hand, because I got to move the car around, I might just throw it on the dollies and push it because it's a bit slanted. I got to throw it up on the lift and throw the fuel pump in. And I'm still waiting for the lines from Cruise Performance to run E85 because the car will only be on E85. No meth. Not doing the meth shit. I got a brand new meth kit. If anyone wants an Alki meth kit, give you a fantastic deal. Black Friday deal. On that, I've had it just sitting in the box. I want it gone out of my shop. And then I'm going to clean up that. I'm probably just going to sell that transmission, honestly. And use the funds from that to go towards a 6L80, I think it's called. Yeah, 6L80. Unless I can do what I really want to do. But I don't know if I'll be able to do that. We'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that. All right, guys. I'm going to close it there. And so tomorrow, hopefully I can come after the gym because I got work in the morning. I'm going to go to the gym. After the gym, I'll probably just come right here, start knocking shit out, get the motor all dressed up and stuff. And hopefully one of my buddies can come so I can push this correctly so it's not slanted on the lift. And I can get that fuel pump in because I also got to drain the tank. Gas has been in there for like 3 years. Probably just going to throw it into water pumps. Any gas is good gas, or a water pump or a generator. All right, boys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, you only get one life. Live it to the fullest. I'll see y'all later.
I got some batters in my head and I'm tryna get gone. If you're talking about discreet shit, you can't talk on my phone. I be vibing to my music while I'm smoking on the strong. In LA, I'm at the state, bitch, I